China.
Training started.
And that led you to China.
My training started in Norfolk, Virginia, and a friend of mine. He knew I had been introduced to Taiji in New York City at the school of William C.C. Chen, who is still he's a grandmaster today, and he's still living and he's still teaching. But I knew him when he was a young guy. He was only a few years older than I am. I'd say that, but we're two old guys. But William, I was introduced to this art, and I had no idea what it was. But two friends of mine who took me to his school, they were students, and I was influenced by their enthusiasm for it. And I just wanted to study this. I wanted it. What I saw, I kind of understood in a funny way. In a deep way, and I didn't even know it was a martial art, and so many people today in America don't know it's a martial art, and some of the greatest teachers of Taiji in America wouldn't teach it as a martial art, so it could not have been Taijiquan. You couldn't say Taijiquan because Chuan means martial art. If you leave martial art out of it completely, consciously, you're not teaching the martial part, so consequently it's some other kind of art.
Right.
And I started, this was 1964, 1970 is when I actually started training in a form, a martial art, a Taijiquan form. So that was almost 50 years ago that I started actual training. 5 years after that, I was in China. After we had opened it up through the Nixon, I don't know if you remember that or not, but the Nixon thing did.
No, not really.
No.
I think some people might be worried if I did.
No, you should actually. We all should, but we don't. We don't spend the time studying the history and the culture of where our arts come from. Boxing, American boxing, is English boxing. That's our culture. There's so much that you still can explore about it, but it's something that we're familiar with. But Filipino boxing is from the Philippines. Taekwondo is from Korea. Karate is from Japan. Kung Fu, which we call Wushu, the Chinese martial art, is from China. And each of those places are different. They have different ways of doing the same, this art. And there's different meanings to things.
What does actually Taijiquan translate to?
Oh, well.
Because you told me that. I thought that was very interesting.
What you have to do is you have to look at the characters. And each character, there are different definitions of that, examples of that particular character in English. So, the character for Tai, T-A-I, would be, we usually translate it as great. The G is, it's hard to explain, but extremes or I remember when I first tried to understand that, and it kept coming up about a ridgepole holding up the structure of the world or something, and that was a little hard for me to grasp my head around. But it's like the yin-yang symbol, that's that rolling,
right,
always revolving symbol of, the white and the black with all the things that they represent, and then within each are the same, the little circle, and the white is the black, and then the black is the white, they go around and around. And that cosmic dance kind of thing, that's what the G is like. And if you think extremes, that's the best translation in English that I can fall back on. But it's like the extremes, those yin and the yang. That's where the yin yang comes in all of martial art.